Welcome back, everybody. It's Blast Sports. As you know, I'm your host, Jay, also known as Coach Jay. And I always say I bring the best damn talent to my platform. Today, I have a phenomenal field goal kicker, special teams kicker. And I've never had a special teams kicker on my platform. Please introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Jaron Embryani. I've been kicking for a little bit now. Finally ready for my opportunity and very excited to join a team like the Syndicate. So very excited to rock and roll.
Let's roll. Let's roll into this. Talk to me.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
play
go
an
ahead.
important position on football.
Hmm.
As much as they try to diminish it, it's a very important position. It's not the sexiest position, but it is the one of the most important positions on the field.
Hmm.
Game lies on you. How does that feel?
Yeah, having a game put on your shoulders. I've been in those moments before playing. 4 years of high school, 4 years of college, so a lot of time to get those moments. Biggest thing is obviously your team works so hard. I mean, even though I'm a kicker, you work with your whole team so much. And just to know that that whole moment just rides on your shoulders. Um, you just have to kind of be built for it. It's something like obviously not a lot of people can do. A lot of people can't do well. Sometimes the pressure kind of takes too much. But obviously just having that grit, having that the ice in the veins is what I have to call it. Especially
Yeah,
being the kicker, man. You gotta be able to block out the noise and just do your job.
gotcha. I want to backtrack a little bit. Why kicking? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
How did this
so
start? Because you
so
said
I
high
grew
school, college, like,
hmm I grew up in Southern California, out in San Bernardino, California. Um, and I started playing soccer when I was like 5 years old. It was just one of the things like everyone plays soccer out here or out in California. And when you're growing up, it's just one of the sports, play soccer, played baseball, did all this stuff. And I just ended up falling in love with playing soccer. So I played it from when I was 5 years old all the way until my senior year of high school. In between though, my entire like dad's side, they're all coaches, players. We all played football. I was around football my whole life. I was actually I was born on a Friday night football game for my high school that my uncle was coaching. He said, "Hey, can you have this kid already? Because like we got kickoff like right now." So
I
football is
like
always
that.
kind of I know. So football has always kind of like been in the family, been in the veins and all that. So man, my love for soccer and then how developed I got with my feet and just being comfortable with how good I was and doing all that and kind of transformed that into kicking a football. And then I ended up just falling in love with it from the moment I started. I think I started my eighth grade year, just going and training and doing like 'cause I knew I wanted to do it in high school. Um, and I'm thankful where I grew up, there was actually camps. Believe it or not, I was a few like 10 years ago when I graduated high school. But then, so you're thinking 15 years ago, there's not much special team stuff, back then. Like for kickers, now it's obviously everywhere because of how big the position is. But I was lucky enough to find a trainer and somebody to get me there to, get me into being able to not just, do what I love and playing a sport with my feet. Just, I don't know why I just, developed that, but being able to perform and do what I did with my family also because my uncles, my dad was, they were my coaches in high school and all that too. So it's a lot of family time I got to have too. So
That's awesome. So you in high school, you had your uncle and your pops coaching you.
yeah.
That's a lot of pressure.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I had my family's all educators. So my
Awesome.
uncle, one uncle was the athletic director at my high school. My dad was my teacher at my high school. My mom rotated as a substitute teacher at my high school. I have another uncle that was an English teacher. My dad's second brother, middle brother, his oldest brother's AD. His middle brother was a coach at my high school. Then my grandpa was a softball coach at my high school. Then my cousins went to my high school, so we were all like it's a big family thing. And we were talking, me and my dad were talking about it actually a couple of weeks ago that my second cousin is graduating this year, and this is going to be like after he's done and leaves, it's going to be the first time somebody in my family has not been a part of that football team at that high school since the school came about,
Wow.
and that's been like 50 years. So a
Wow.
whole bunch of generations going through my high school um, football program, like either playing or coaching, is kind of coming to an end as my cousin's graduating this year.
So there was no cutting class.
Oh no, no, nope, nope.
No hanging out. I don't want your wife to get mad, but I'm just saying, in high school, you couldn't sneak off with the girls and stuff like that, do stupid things. Because, your pops is there, your mom is there,
Hmm.
your grandfather's there, your uncles are there, your cousins can rat you out. It's like,
Yep, yep. So, and of course, since my dad taught there, when I was born, all the teachers were his friends too. So everybody knew
there's
who I
nothing you can
was
do.
going in. So I was like, and then my sister was a senior in high school when I was a freshman in high school too. So it was like there was no escaping anything. So I'm like, I'm just not gonna get in trouble. I'm just gonna do my thing because
Yeah.
also I'm very big on respect and my family's
No,
name and
no,
all that. So
that's
obviously, I'm
awesome.
not gonna do anything to embarrass, obviously, not just myself, but obviously my family's built a whole like legacy at this school, and I'm not gonna be the one that does anything to mess that up. Obviously,
Yeah, no, no, yeah. I was just busting your chops a little bit,
oh,
but
100%, 100%.
I had to. You gave me the alley-oop. I had to take
Yep,
it.
yep. I got you. That was a long 4 years.
Yeah. So you start playing kicker in high school.
Hmm.
What was the longest field goal you made in high school in your 4 years?
The longest opportunity I had was my junior year as a 50 yarder.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
mhm. And
Did you make it?
oh yeah.
Yeah, you said it was confident. Of
Oh
course.
yeah. Oh yeah. It was, I mean, it was right down the middle, and I had some room to spare behind it. And I was like, okay, so I think that moment, being a junior going into that and being able to do something like a 50-yard field goal, which is what you see nowadays. Some pros have issue with that, but when I was 16 when that happened. So I'm like, hey, maybe I can actually, keep pushing and keep doing something with this.
Clearly.
Because so I mean that something like that just kind of builds that confidence and being able to get that opportunity, have the coaches that I had to have that faith in me to even attempt that, especially in high school.
Junior year
Not like I
too.
said, not too many people get those opportunities, especially, like I said, being 16, being a junior, and just being a kicker when you're going through high school. So
What was okay? This because I'm blown away. I'm thinking you're gonna tell me, oh, I kicked a 35 yard. I would have been, yeah, 50 yards. That's not and you say I have room to spare. So which means you probably
yeah.
could have did a 60.
That day I probably could have. I just felt it was a good feeling day kind of deal.
Okay,
So, so when you're a kicker, you have those days when you feel it, you're just on it, or some days where you gotta want to work on one thing or another. But I feel like just that day in that moment, I was just on it. So it was a very, very fun feeling.
walk me through the emotions of your name being called to kick the 50-yard field goal, and then when you made the 50-yard field goal.
So when you're sitting there, you're watching the game. Every time offense is on the ball, I'm always watching because I was punting and I was kicking. So when defense is on the field,
Wow.
I kind of get my warm up in just to make sure. And then when the offense is on the field, I watch first down, second down, third down. Where are we at? Where am I going to go? Am I going to punt right now? Am I going to kick right now? Kind of where am I going to go? And if I know we're kind of moving into field goal range, I kind of start getting from a punt kick to a field goal kick because there are obviously different styles.
Yeah.
So I got to kind of get my warm up ready. And then you just kind of sit there, you watch the game, you think, okay, I got to make sure when I get out there, I got my snapper, got my holder, and we just kind of go out and do our job. We kind of rock and roll. So you just kind of really have to have that mentality of, I just always got to be ready. Because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Especially, there's instances, say you get an interception on defense, they run a pick six. You got to go out there and do your thing. So always just in that moment of being situationally aware is very, very key when it comes to getting that mindset ready. So, especially, going in for something like a 50 yarder should be, where I was, it should be pretty routine going in, especially going into college, being, 50 and in should be automatic. So, kind of getting that mentality of, hey, this is what's going on. This is where we're at. If they don't get a first down, I'm going in and I got to go. So always being situationally aware of what's going on in the game kind of really preps me and gets me ready to kind of do my job.
Gotcha. But when you made it, what did you think?
I was very, very excited. Obviously, I'm like, oh wow, this is awesome. So everyone was cheering on the sideline. I think it was a random game. I think I don't want to say this, but we were blowing this team out, and it was just got that opportunity. So my teammates we got really excited. They all my all 10 guys that were on the field came up and cheered with me. Everyone on the sideline came and gave me a high five or did all that. And I'm like, wait, I gotta go do the kickoff real quick. Well, let me be right back. Let me be right back. So hold on. I'm like, hold on now, hold on real quick. So I did the kickoff and then I get back and then I got to, be excited again. My mom was in the crowd, so I got to wave to my mom. She was very excited for me. I was very excited. Then, but it was funny when I had to go to the kick. My dad was on the sideline, and like he was obviously very excited. But he said, "Hey, do the kick real quick. Do it. Go, 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 go." I was like, "Oh yeah!" Like 10 guys are waiting for me to go do this kickoff real quick, and I'm like, "Oh, oh, my bad." So then I got to go back and celebrate my dad and my teammates and all that. So it was a lot of fun. I mean, just it's like all that work that you do, all the preparation, all the practice, all the time and effort, and especially going through high school, all the weekends that you sacrifice, going and doing this, art and sport to be able to have that moment, just really kind of almost like I said, take that weight off your shoulders of all this work I've done is like paying off, and then
Gotcha.
you also mix that in with that confidence of being able to keep going.
No, that does. That makes sense. What you practice in private, you was rewarded for in public. In the words of
Mm-hmm.
Tony Robbins. And you got
Oh
paid.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I think for you, and just me not trying to speak for you, just
Mm-hmm.
throwing it out there, you did it with your father,
Yeah.
your mother in the crowd, your uncles are
Mm-hmm.
there, your family's there, because you said it was everybody's there as a tight knit, everybody goes to the same school, and to do that in
Mm-hmm.
front of everybody must have been something wow.
Mm-hmm.
Just as magical as for you, it was just as magical for them. And they never,
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure that's brought up a lot. You remember the 50-yard field goal? You remember the 50-yard field goal?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it comes back during Thanksgivings every now and then. So,
Did you get to keep the
so
football?
I didn't get to keep the football. For me, it wasn't too much of I needed to keep that. Um, it was more of I knew it helped the team, so let's keep rocking and rolling. Let's keep doing this
Gotcha.
thing. Let's keep winning
Gotcha.
games and doing something different. So because I came from a very very competitive high school. I went to Cajon High School in San Bernardino, and just the level of competition. I think I played against Jalen Phillips, who plays for the Eagles now. I
Okay.
played with Jaden Daniels. He was my quarterback in high
Whoa,
school.
whoa, 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 whoa. I have to stop you. I'm a huge Jaden Daniels fan. Huge Commanders fan. So you saying that you
Mhm.
just made my day. My brother's watching this, rolling his eyes. When I said watch this, roll his eyes. So you play with Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. So when I was a senior in high school, he
Sorry, I
was
didn't mean to cut you off. I
freshman. Oh, you're
apologize.
good. Yeah, when he was a freshman coming in, I was a senior. You know, getting ready to go on, move on. So we got to play a year together, and he started as a freshman. Obviously, I'm pretty sure everyone sees the all the videos when he was in high school. That was the high school that I went to too.
Gotcha. So you played at a high level high school.
Oh
Very
yeah.
high level. So I'm understanding the brackets now because I wasn't that
hmm
knowledgeable. And since you played at a high level, you got eyes on you. You got D1
Yeah.
schools at you, looking at you and making a 50-yard field goal. That goes to another level.
hmm Oh
That's
yeah. Just
that's awesome.
obviously where I was at, just and I'm like, I'm gonna give the whole California, California football in high school. It's same thing as Texas. It's
Yeah, I was gonna
different.
say that.
It's different. It's different, especially coaching up in Wyoming, since where I'm living right now. Just seeing the difference in that compared to the other schools, and I'm watching, and I have to coach. I scout report, do the same scouting report that I did when I was a player because I did a lot of time in the film room. Because even though I was a kicker, you got to be in the film room,
Yeah,
especially going through very competitive. So I went to a very competitive college, Division II college also. So I'm not going there for fun. I'm not going there to say I played college. If I wanted to go somewhere I could play college, I could have done that. But my goal is if I'm playing, I'm going and I'm competing because that's how I do it. I don't go and just, you
yeah.
know, play to just say like, oh yeah, I went to play in college football. Like I knew I could do that. I wanted to go somewhere I was going to compete and do, be recognized and be, win games. That's
Gotcha.
very big with me. I go places that I go to win. I don't go to just play. I go to compete and I go to make myself better and I go to win games.
You you brought up a good fact. You brought up a good point. Excuse me.
hmm
Texas, Alabama,
hmm
California, Miami. These are like, yo, we good to go. Let's go. It's
hmm
college atmosphere. Tailgating at high school. Because I was
Mm-hmm.
recently talking to someone, and he's actually on your team. I was talking to Z, and Z was telling me, he's like,
Yep.
Jay, when I played in California in high school, it was big. It was like college atmosphere. We were getting protein shakes. We would have the weight room, film study, and then I go to a JUCO, and I'm like, it's a big drop. 20,000 people to watch me. I'm lucky if I get 500.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize now how lucky you were in high school?
Oh, yeah, I definitely realize how lucky and I'm just blessed that I had the opportunity that I did to go where I went and be able to compete and
Yeah,
do what I had to do. Like I said, tailgating, I was always part of the game, so I never got to see that. But just the environment that you had of people that would support you. Because I think we played with, either 5 to 7,500 people in the stands for both
wow.
sides, and I know high school, that's pretty impressive because when I went to college, I think we had probably about the same amount. So I was pretty comfortable playing in front of pretty big crowds, um, and doing all that. And just like the atmosphere really helps with that whole, playing the sport and getting yourself hyped up and getting yourself ready,
Got you.
for a game, and just kind of brings that different element to, going from one game. Because I've played college games where I had, like you said, 500 people, and I was like, well, this feels like practice. I feel like I'm at practice right now, just playing against somebody. And I'm like, what is it like? My high school, we average like 5,000 people at our games, and now
Yeah, he was telling me. I mean,
I'm
clearly
going
I
to
over
college. And
exaggerated the number, saying 20,000, but 7,500 people, that's a lot of people.
hmm
And then you're dropping down and you're like you're saying now, you're like, Jay, I went from saying five. Some of my college home games are like that, but I go on the road, there'll be like 300 people in the stands. You could just hear a clap, like you can hear everything.
hmm
It's a big difference.
hmm
Do you think playing at such a high level in high school, college atmosphere, things are catered to you? You're getting meals, things are so that way you could be the best athlete you can be.
hmm
How much does that prepared you when you went to college so that you have the routine down back?
I think definitely, it helped having that sense of, I'll say, sense of pressure almost.
Hmm.
You have a lot of people that are watching you and prepping you, not just, fans wise. We still had, media there at games. You still had, we had college scouts still in the
Yeah,
crowds all the time. So, having college scouts, when you're going to high school, it's probably no different. It's really no different than if you're having professional scouts watching you in college. So you already have that mentality of, oh, I know like where I'm at, what I'm doing. And kind of moving. All you're really doing is just, for me at least, it was, I'm taking my game, what I already know, and been in those big situations, that I know not everyone gets those opportunities to be in, and I'm just going to go and take that to my college. And so I understand how my I work, how my preparation is, what helps me more, what helps me less. So kind of take that and be the best I can. And obviously in college, you get a little bit more. You get, like, the meals, travel's a little bit different. Workout rooms are very much upgraded, and for at least where I was going to school, meals are better prepared. Your meetings are all a little bit more. But we still had meetings in high school in comparison. But then I was trying to compare everything that I did in California to what I was coaching here in Wyoming. It's very different. And I try to bring my best preparation for the kids that I coach. Because obviously all these kids, they come and say, I want to play college football. I'm like, well, most of the staff, we played college football. So we know what it takes to get there. You just have to kind of follow us and understand we will
gotcha.
do our best to get you in that situation.
I'm not trying to discredit your high school that you coach at, but there's a clear difference
Oh
from
yeah.
where you played from where you coach.
hmm
Your preparation, your your father prepared you for this moment.
hmm
And I don't want to I'm not saying that you're not ready. I'm not saying you're not a good coach. I'm saying how blessed you are. That's the angle I'm going in.
Oh yeah.
Because your father prepared you for this moment, your scouting, everything. He you was very fortunate at the end of the day.
Mhm.
Just,
Oh yeah.
do you let these young men know, hey, this is how you prepare? These are the things you have to do. And
hmm
how do you get someone motivated when they don't want to do it? Not that they
Yeah.
don't want
So
to do it when they are
yeah.
lacking the motivation, because that's the real way. They want to do it, they just don't have the motivation to do it, or they don't
hmm
believe in themselves.
hmm
How do you get them to buy in?
what we do, I mean, what I do a lot of, especially, is I try to, give them my life stories, my life situations, like so how I can relate to you and how you can relate to me, and try to mix what we do at the school compared to what I was doing in college for the guys that really want to go there. Because I'm like, you guys have to understand if you don't want to go to the weight room and work out, that's going to be a problem because you got like 3 workouts in one day and you
Yeah.
have to be there in college if that's what you really want to do. And just kind of having them understand that moment of, you know, I was fortunate enough to have people with that experience. Obviously, so I'm glad that I have that experience to give to my players and all that. So just having that moment of, hey, please just understand what I'm saying, and this is if you want to make it to this level and you want to be competitive, you have to boom, boom, boom. You have to understand there's 5 a.m. meetings with mixing in classes. Then you have to go to treatment. Then you have to go to practice. Then after practice, you have study hall. Then after study hall, you have to go home and you have to watch film because you got to get ready because Friday morning you're leaving, you're getting on the road, and you're probably driving 10 hours to go to your hotel to have another meeting to get ready to go play somebody the next day.
Yeah.
So having that mentality of this is all that goes into it, so they're not shocked in why we as coaches do the things that we do. Because nowadays a lot of kids need like, oh, why am I doing this? Like, how is this going to help me? And I'm like, okay, so if we're doing this because I had to do this, and this is how I got myself ready to go win games. Um, and then so just for me, just trying to connect to that personal level of, hey, this is how what I went through. So I can tell you exactly how it feels to go through all this because I understand what you're going through.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna get you on that path to get there. And then when it comes to trying to get kids motivated, just trying to have them see the reward in their work. We do a lot of trying to get colleges around us to recognize our kids. We bring a lot of colleges as much as we can to the students so they understand like, oh, just because of what the school we go to and whenever we do have opportunities. So if they just understand like we're going to give you guys the opportunities, you have to make the most of what we're telling you, like those, what we went through, just make the most of that and we will do our best to get you the opportunities if to proceed in playing football.
That's deep. The way you're explaining it, and I'm not sure. Again, I'm not trying to knock that school.
Mm-hmm.
It probably wasn't as high ranking as when you was playing,
No, not
because you're
really.
bringing the colleges in where you was ranked. Because I'm starting to learn to understand the high
Mm-hmm.
school system.
Yep.
The higher the ranking, you don't have to go tell the colleges, "Hey, come over. We got this player." They automatically come. But where you're
Mm-hmm.
coaching at now, it's not that they're not talented. It's
Mm-hmm.
because of the ranking system. It doesn't give them eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna curse now, and I apologize. I don't know how you feel about that. I think that's total bullshit. But I do understand that college is a business, and these head coaches' jobs are on the line from week to week.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. I'm not gonna knock them. No, I think it's bullshit. I do understand.
Yeah.
Now, in
Oh
saying
yeah.
that, you help these young men get recruited. How satisfying is it for you? You're not getting anything when they get recruited. We clearly know that. I want to put
Mm-hmm.
that out there because
Oh,
some ignorant person say, "Oh, he probably got a paycheck." No, he does not get a paycheck under the table. It's self-satisfaction. How satisfied are you?
it's very honestly, it's very satisfying. It's just that because you work with all these kids throughout a year, and you just see their effort that they gave in, kind of what you saw in yourself trying to get to that moment. You remember how great it felt for me when I got that opportunity to go do the next level. And then you just see these kids, all the work that they're doing, the blood, sweat, and tears, the running, the conditioning, the weightlifting, the games, the injuries that they have to go through. Some of it's obviously very heartbreaking when you have to, because we invest as coaches so much of our own time, um, doing this because I teach at the high school right now too, so I'm with those kids every day. I see those kids all day, so my relationship with them is just absolutely fantastic. They always come see me in my classroom, talk to me. Just give them my advice, whatever, and do all this. But it's that moment when they say, I got an opportunity. You just feel that moment for them, and because you can just see in their face how excited they are.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, for me, it just keeps pushing me as a coach to keep progressing because that moment, when I got it, I can't get that back. I remember how it felt. It was amazing. And you just really love to keep that moment going. Even if it's not me, I'm not going to play anymore, at least in college. But that seeing them fulfill their dream from your help is really, really, something different. I really can't even put it into words because you just, all that work is just another, oh my God, you did it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And I'm so excited.
Uh,
And, it's like I said,
it's
it's very hard to put into words that moment when that kid comes and is very excited and like runs into to you and says, I did it. I got in. And I'm getting this opportunity. And it's just another world feeling.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Good for you, man. You deserve that feeling.
Mhm.
Fast forwarding. Have you told the kids that you are a professional football player again? And you're
My kids are
kicking
figuring
field
it out.
goals.
My my seniors are figuring it out. Still working and everything out. My seniors know that they're very excited. The kid I trained for, he was our kicker this year. He was very excited for me because I would always practice with him. Because that's how I kind of kept myself in shape while coaching. And I
Hmm.
do a lot of Mary. So it's a little bit of I'm coaching, but I also get free field access. So
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
really nice.
absolutely. Yeah, and the free
And
balls are
then
there kicking
and
it.
I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So they're all excited. And then I still work out. We're doing our off season or off, workout program and whatnot. So those kids know. So I work out with them too. Um, to obviously keep myself ready because they're like, why are you doing different workouts? Why are you working out so much? I said, okay, guys, I gotta tell you, like, because I'm doing all this, workouts with them because I'm still playing and I'm going in the summer to go to Texas. And they were like, we thought so. We thought because we don't know why you're not playing already, coach. And I'm like, well, I got my opportunity, so we're gonna go rock and roll. So I keep working with them though, so it's still a lot of fun. They're all very excited.
That's
So
awesome, man. I'm happy for you.
mhm,
And I'm pretty sure they're happy for you as well. Is it going to
mhm.
interfere with your teaching, though?
No, no, it's because it's when I have to leave is right before the end of school, and I already have a plan with the school to get me to figure out the rest because I think I only missed like 1 week of school.
Oh, that's
Um,
oh, yeah.
but I also teach auto shop, so it's not
Mm.
like I teach a very core subject. I teach an elective, so I can kind of get away with getting the rest of the week. It's probably gonna be like shop cleanup or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So,
At
so
my heydays when they would bring the DVDs out, ding, and they put
yeah,
it.
yep,
I
yep.
got
I
you. I
remember.
got you. Makes sense.
My substitutes love it when we're in football season and we went to go travel to games. My substitutes love filling for my class because they knew it was movie day.
Now, there's a saying in football: every good offensive drive ends with a kick.
Hmm.
Do you agree with that?
I 100% agree with that. Whether obviously because I, I'm saying that as a coach and a player because I had to doing
Yeah, you're
all
doing
the
on both
study I
sides
had
of
to
the
do.
coin.
So I think every good drive should end with a kick. Either the best one we want is an extra point, second best is a field goal, the third best, and I'm not even gonna say it's the worst. It's gonna be the best because it's a punt because you are still getting the ball down on the other side of the field and making a team work harder because the farther they are away from the end zone the
Yeah,
harder it is to get all the way there. So I do agree with every great offensive drive ends in the kick. I do very much agree with that. Obviously being a kicker, just because I want to do it, just because I want the light.
yeah,
That's why I play a position where my name solely gets called. Okay, I do it. I know
yeah.
that's the position I picked. Am I a little sucker for the limelight sometimes? A little bit, maybe,
Yeah.
but that's just what I believe. That's just the confidence that you have to have in this position, though, because
No, I get you. I get
if
you.
you get nervous and you don't want that moment, then you're gonna struggle.
Now,
So,
two questions.
mhm.
They say that kickers on the kickoff tend not to want to tackle and avoid the contact. Are you one of those? Because I
Nope.
think it was Sean Landetta for the Giants that
Hmm.
LT was like, yeah, he got heart, man. He throws himself on the body, he tries to make the tackle.
I mean, I'm not. I don't fear. I don't fear contact. I
Okay.
love me some contact. I'll go in there and I'll hit anybody. Um, I that's just me. I've always been competitive, especially in soccer. I was never afraid. I don't even remember. There's probably less games I wasn't carded than I probably got carded in more games than I wasn't
Okay.
because of how aggressive I was. My bad, trying to say that right. I think my record is I got a yellow card in the first 30 minutes of a game or 30 seconds of a game because
Okay.
I
Set the
because I
tone.
ran, yeah, because I ran over somebody too hard.
You set the tone.
So
You gotta set the tone.
I'm setting the tone, and I'm never afraid to get into contact. I practice and train myself to get myself ready. I think a lot of times when they say that kickers don't want to do contact is because they don't practice it necessarily.
Yeah.
Um, that I was never afraid. Um, I've always been an aggressive player, and I have to kind of control my aggressiveness when it comes to kicking because you can't be a kicker and be aggressive in a sense of power. You have to be that control aggressive, and
Gotcha.
is what I would say. So I can't just go out there and just try to kick the ball as hard as I can because whenever you do that, you always mess up. So you have
You
to have
know,
that competitive aggressiveness.
okay.
But I'm like I had to be smooth and do my motion and just have my aggressiveness is my approach and my everything else, my mentality mostly.
Final question of the day. I want
Already.
you, I would like for you to give a message to the Syndicate fans
Mm-hmm.
and what type of kicker they're getting in you.
Well, the thing I want to say is, I appreciate every single person who's going to believe in us, who's going to be there. I know we're going to have the whole Austin area with us, riding for us. I cannot absolutely wait to meet every single one of y'all. Very just motivated. I think it's a big thing as a crowd and fans really help motivate me because it's not just doing it for myself; it's doing it for a group, for a community. It's just lifting everybody up. And the kicker they're going to get is going to be a dog. And if I'm gonna be honest, I'm ready. I don't stop training. I don't stop getting myself ready. Um, and I'm just gonna be obviously charismatic as I can be, and just someone who's always gonna be ready for a moment when his name is called. Just how I've always been in my life. And if when they hear my name, it's gonna be with a whole bunch of respect, and they know they're gonna have that confidence. So, oh, Jaron's going out there. We're getting it. We're rocking and rolling. We're good. If it comes down to a last minute kick, they're gonna say we're good. Jaron's out there. They're not going to have any doubt of, they're going to have, every bit of, oh, no, we got this. This is it. This is our game.
Gotcha. By the way, I want to congratulate you, and I look forward to seeing you kick those field goals and get the victory for our Syndicates, which is my team. Now,
Mm-hmm.
shout
Awesome.
out to my
Awesome. I
man
can't
Ned.
wait. Oh, yeah. Man, Ned's awesome. I love Ned.
All right, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Appreciate